Okay, today I'm going to teach you something that is an old secret. I had to do some serious searching to find it, but Eagles Brand put out a cookbook like in the 20s, and you can't really get a copy of it. You might get lucky and find one on eBay. I found one through a library, and I'm going to show you a really great trick to use with Eagles Brand condensed milk. This is not evaporated milk. Make sure you're using condensed milk. And the reason I like using the Eagles Brand is, if you look at the top of it, it's solid. You have to use a can opener to open it. Here is a cheaper brand that I got from somewhere, and see, it's a flip top. So what we're going to be doing with this can is boiling it for about 3 to 4 hours. I haven't tried it, but it would worry me and concern me that the pressure, it might blow the top of this can off, whereas this one is on there firmly. So that's why I stick with the Eagles Brand when I do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the labels off. I've already got one label off. Take the label off real quick because we're going to put it down in water. Alright, so I've got, and you can do as many cans as will fit in your pot of water. And I've got water almost getting ready to come to a boil, and I'm just going to drop it down in there. Oop, there we go. And as soon as it boils, I'm going to cut the heat down, but I want to keep it at just a gentle boil for about 3 to 4 hours. And you have to make sure that it stays covered. You saw when I dropped it in there that there was water over the top of the can, so the entire can is submerged. So if I need to add some more hot water in there while it's cooking, that's what I need to do to keep it at a rolling boil. Okay, you can see, well, my cans are starting to kind of move around a little bit because they're starting to boil underneath. The first time I did this, it concerned me. I was like, oh my gosh, what if the can explodes or something? But it did great. And what it ends up doing is it caramelizes that condensed milk that's in there, and it makes it like a caramel pudding or a caramel icing. At Thanksgiving, I used about half a can of it and spread it over the top of my pecan pie, and it was incredible. So my husband, when he tasted it, decided that it would make a wonderful caramel icing. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking a caramel cake with me to a little get-together that we're having with our family this weekend. But I'm going to go ahead and boil my cans and have that ready now. You can boil as many cans as you want to at one time, as many will fit in your pot, and then you can store them in the refrigerator, you know, for a month or so, and use them later. In the actual cookbook, it said if you did this, then it made you the perfect hostess, because you could always pull a can of the caramelized Eagles Brand out. You would open the bottom and the top of the can and push it out, kind of like you do cranberry jelly, and slice it, put it on a plate, and then put some whipped cream on it and serve it that way, and you would have a caramel pudding. That's what they suggested. So anyway, once you put it in the refrigerator, it does really thicken up, and it does make it like a really thick caramely butterscotchy pudding. So anyway, I'll show you what it looks like later, but I'm just going to keep this at a nice smooth rolling boil for 3 to 4 hours, and then we'll have caramelized condensed milk. Alright, I finished boiling the cans, took them out of the water, and let's see what this magic looks like. Alright, do you see, let me grab a spoon here, this yummy caramel that we have? And if you put this in the refrigerator, it'll harden up, and you can actually slice it. But what we're going to do is put it on this warm cake. And this is just a yellow cake mix that I used, but I took 1 can of this caramel and added about half of it into the cake batter. Yum! So that'll be a nice little caramel surprise in the cake batter. And this is all from just boiling the condensed milk for 4 hours. This is what we get, and it is so good. I know you'd like to lick this spoon, wouldn't you? Alright. And I'm putting it on the warm cake, so it'll kind of just help this melt a little bit and spread a little bit easier. And I do have the second can here just in case I think I need it, but I think the one can is going to be plenty to ice the top of just a 9 by 13. If you were going to do a 2 or 3 layer cake and you wanted to ice in the center, then I think you would need probably to use at least 2 cans to do that. But it is very, very rich and creamy and just delicious. And everybody will want to know how in the world you made this. And you can decide whether you want to tell them or not. You can just tell them it's an old family secret. Or you can share with them the magic of Eagles brand condensed milk. But doesn't that look yummy? Enjoy!